What's good, YouTube, man? We back with another banger, man. As you can see by the title, first of all, shout out Dairy Queen. We got the Blizzard on deck for this video. As you can see by the title, we got missing people found alive in the most disturbing ways. I love these type of videos. Not like that type of videos, but like these random ass videos. I love it, bro. And we're doing good, so if you're new, subscribe. If you're not, hit the like button. And we finna react, my nigga.
In 2018, he set off on another routine job. Six-month fisherman, 18-year-old Aldi Novel Adilang, had been working as a fisherman for 2 years.
Okay.
In 2018, he set off on another routine job, 6 months out at sea. But on July 14th, everything changed. A powerful storm hit, snapping the anchor that kept his small fishing hut in place and dragging him deep into the open ocean.
Damn.
His vessel had no motor, no oars, just a small wooden raft, drifting farther and farther from home. A supply boat was supposed to bring him food and water every few days. But after the storm, no one knew where he was. With only a small amount of food on board, Aldi started rationing what he had. But it didn't last long. Once it was gone, he went back to fishing, surviving on whatever he could catch with his bare hands.
Damn. Imagine you in the Pacific Ocean. Boom, your boat cut ties, you on a boat by yourself, you in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. What you doing? Honestly, nigga like me, I don't even know, bro. Like, you don't got no service, no food, you can't take no baths, and you're in the middle of Pacific Ocean, gang. Honestly, bro, it might be time to just give it up, gang. But let's see how you got found, though.
Fresh water was even harder to come by. Eventually, he resorted to drinking seawater, filtering it through his clothes to make it slightly less salty. When the fuel for his tiny lamp ran out, he began tearing pieces off his own shelter just to keep a fire going. Over the next 49 days, more than 10 large ships passed by, but none of them saw him. Stranded, starving, and desperate, Aldi started to lose hope. He later admitted that there were moments when he thought about ending it all, but somehow he held on. He said prayer gave him strength, and it's what kept him alive through it all.
Amen.
Then, on August 31st, something unbelievable happened. A cargo ship on its way to Japan spotted him. Aldi was rescued, alive, drifting in the waters near Guam.
Damn.
More than 1,200 miles from his home in Indonesia.
Thank God they found him. Shit.
73-year-old Robert McDonald went missing from his home in Maine in May 2013. A search was launched right away.
What he say his name was?
Home in Maine. When 73-year-old Robert McDonald went missing from his home in Maine in May 2013, a search was launched right away. Robert, who had Alzheimer's disease, had wandered into a nearby forest and couldn't find his way back. What's truly astonishing is how far he managed to go. So far, in fact, that even search dogs and a helicopter with thermal imaging couldn't track him down. 2 days later, while a local news crew was doing a live report about the case and urging the public to help, something unbelievable happened. Just moments before the broadcast began, a man slowly walked up behind the crew, hands in his pockets, his steps unsteady. That man was Robert.
Bro.
Hello. How are you?
He don't even know he was missing. I ain't gonna lie, that shit would've tweaked me out. What the fuck is this nigga doing? He's scared as hell.
Call the warrant service there, please. This is Bob. This is you identify Miss Bob McDonald?
I think so. It's Bob McDonald. Yeah. So I'd like
Watch yourself.
Yeah. It's Bob McDonald. How are you? Good. How you feeling? I'm Jeremy. I've been looking for you for a while.
He walked right up to the journalist and confirmed who he was. In the footage, he tells the police that he isn't hurt and feels okay. It's believed he got lost in the woods and somehow managed to find his way out 2 days later. But to this day, Robert has no memory of why he left, where he went, what he ate or drank, or even where he slept.
That's
Is everything, Aaron and Shannon, and good news and a happy ending right now. The gentleman behind us you're looking at, that is Robert McDonough. We were doing our last live shot at the bottom of the hour, and we saw a gentleman just kind of walk up.
6 hours after 2-year-old Cammie Wicks went missing from a hotel near a dense forest, her mother finally raised the alarm. Temperatures were pushing 40 degrees Celsius, and police began scouring the thick brush of the Brazilian savanna. They followed what looked like the child's footprints, but the dense vegetation made it nearly impossible to see anything in the video footage. The search went on for over 8 hours. As daylight started to fade, hope was running out. But the rescue team pressed on, marching in formation, calling out her name. Along the way, they had to push through thousands of snakes and spiders, crawling through the undergrowth.
Ooh.
Then, finally, they heard it. A clear, desperate cry. Leaning against a tree was little Cammie. She was dehydrated, exhausted, and starving, but somehow still alive, and
Damn.
miraculously unharmed.
Where is he? Where is he? The top of the located.
I be wondering, like, how do they get in these predicaments, bro? Like, do you deadass just go into the forest and get lost, bro? I mean, that's a very high possibility. That's what happened. But he had Alzheimer's before this. But, like, shorty, like, here, like, what the fuck happened, bro? Let me see what
Later,
she doing.
police revealed that the girl had actually gone missing the night before, but her disappearance wasn't reported until the next morning. To this day, no one knows exactly what happened in those missing hours, or how she managed to survive the night alone in the wild.
And that's a baby.
At around 8 p.m. on September 30th, 2021, 3 children, ages 6, 6, and 7, were reported missing in the Flamingo Lake neighborhood in Montgomery, Texas. According to the parents, the kids had gone missing after they went into the Sam Houston forest and wandered off the main trail to go play in a creek. After the disappearance was announced to the public, the authorities launched a massive search that included helicopters, dogs, drones, off-road vehicles, and hundreds of police officers from...
First of all, why is you sending two 6-year-olds and a 7-year-old out by themselves by a creek in the middle of the woods, bro? L parenting, bro.
multiple law enforcement agencies. The next morning, an anonymous Good Samaritan who was very familiar with the layout of the woods decided to take matters into his own hands and went into the National Forest by himself to find the kids. At around 9 a.m. on September 31st, the man found the kids and called 911 to bring the body cam.
Come on, can y'all come to me? Come to me. Yeah, come to me. There's an opening right here. Come on, kids, come to me. Yes, sir. I have all 3 children. Ain't she as good? He's good. Kids, I'm the police. Are y'all ready to get out of the woods?
Damn.
Come on, buddy.
Let's get out of here. You got cheeseburgers in your car?
We gonna get something to eat. Okay?
Damn.
You wanna hold my hand? We'll get out of here.
That's
Even though
wholesome.
The kids were found just a little over a mile away from where they entered the woods. They had still been lost for over 24 hours, and pretty understandably, they were hungry. As it was later revealed, the kids had spent the night in the forest, sheltering themselves under a fallen tree until the volunteer came to rescue them.
Bro.
Which is why they had leaves and branches in their hair in the footage.
Grab hold of that. There you go.
You're really strong.
Am I really strong?
Who sends their kids this young out into the woods, bro, in a creek? Like, hey, Dad, we finna go to this creek in the middle of the woods. I'm 6 years old. All right, sounds good, son. Like, what, bro? Like, parents don't be thinking, bro. They don't want to panic when it's too late. Then you should have panicked, or you shouldn't even panic. Go with them. Fuck was you doing? Nothing at all, bro. Sitting on your ass, bro. You lucky dude was found them, bro. Cause what if he ain't find them, bro? What if he was a bad person, bro? Like, you feel me? I don't know, bro.
I got you.
Even though they had spent the night with
Look how young they
and
is.
hadn't had anything to eat for 24 hours, the children still seemed to be in pretty good spirits as Sergeant Smith escorted them out of the woods. And toward the end of the video, he can be seen guiding them to the clearing where a bunch of cop cars sit waiting for them. It's honestly pretty terrifying to think that if they hadn't been found then and there, the kids would have probably ended up succumbing to the elements. But thankfully, they were able to get back home to their parents.
Thank God. Hell parents,
This
bro.
unbelievable rescue was captured on video during the final hours of a massive search effort in the village of Broncaster, England. 75-year-old Peter Pauk had somehow gotten separated from his group during a beach walk around 5 p.m. and disappeared. As night fell, he ended up lost in a dense, swampy area. At first, rescuers thought he might be hiding or avoiding them.
Bro.
But in reality, Peter was stuck.
How and I'm sorry, I'm not even trying to be like bogus. How how do you get stuck right here, bro? They are literally using swords to get to you, gang. And you're 75. How did he get stuck right here, bro? Nah, bro. That don't even make no sense. Like, explain, bro.
Trapped in sharp, thorny reeds that tore at his clothes and skin.
Bro, so you forced yourself in there. What are you doing? Bro.
The ground beneath him had started to sink, and he couldn't move. He spent the entire night like that, alone, freezing, and unable to escape.
How the fuck did you get in this predicament, bro? Like, honestly, look around him, bro. Look at my mouse. Look around him, bro. Folks walked all throughout this bitch and laid down right here, gang. Nigga just laid down. Like, come on, gang. What is you doing, bro?
It looked like he was clinging to the reeds just to keep himself from sinking even deeper. He wasn't found until nearly 22 hours later, just in time. Rescuers say if it hadn't been for the drone filming the area, they might have walked right past him. Steve Ronan, the creator of this video, was looking for a thrill, so he set out to explore a deep underground cave with his research team. After descending far below the surface and moving deeper into the tunnels, they stumbled onto something horrifying. A little girl, alone, scared and crying, was sitting in the darkness.
What
deep
the
underground.
fuck?
The team cautiously approached her, trying to ask how she got there, but she didn't speak English.
You speak no English?
No?
Oh, okay.
Google Translate.
Hey, Josh.
They urged her to follow them, but she was terrified and hesitant to move. It seemed like she had gone missing and somehow ended up taking shelter in the cave to escape the cold. That was the only explanation.
Bro, use Google Translate, bro. It's 2026. And, bro, this might not be 2026, but, nigga, it's at least 20-something. 2015 and up. Nigga, I know they had Google Translate, bro. What y'all doing, bro? Y'all gotta lock in, bro.
The team could come up with. What happened to her afterward, and whether her parents were ever found, remains a mystery. Either the information was never released. On May 8, 2021, a woman named Molly
The fuck? Or what? Either the information was released or... Hey, prayers to her. Hopefully...
Perales was driving along Packer Drive Northeast, which runs beside the Rogue River in Belmont, Michigan. She was accompanied by her 2 roommates, and the group was heading home after the night out, still in high spirits. That mood, however, was shattered when they came across something deeply disturbing. At around 2:30 a.m., near the area of Rogue Hollow Court, one of the passengers spotted a strange figure standing by the roadside. The sight was unsettling enough to frighten them, but it also piqued their curiosity. After a brief discussion, they decided to circle back, and that's when they saw it, up close.
What the? Stop.
Whoa.
No.
Hell no. Fuck no, I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry, I ain't stopping for that shit, boy. I'm not stopping for that shit. Nigga, what the fuck was that?
Oh.
Nigga, that nigga like a turtle, bro.
There, in the dim light, was what appeared to be a young woman, completely soaked as though she had just emerged from the river. She seemed to be crying, striking her head against the pavement, and motioning for help. Molly recorded the encounter and later posted it on TikTok, where it quickly went viral, sparking wild speculation about ghosts, spirits, and other supernatural explanations. But as the theories multiplied, Molly released follow-up videos explaining what had actually happened. According to her, they drove past the distressed woman several more times after filming, trying to make sure she was all right. None of them were brave enough to approach her directly, but they did contact the police and waited nearby.
Shit, I wouldn't
Officers
either.
arrived. The woman was transported to a hospital for treatment of cold exposure. It was later discovered that she had somehow entered the Rogue River from its eastern bank and swum across to reach the road.
Yep, she had to have come up out of the water. Yep, there's a dig spot there. So she came up from down there. That's had to have been why she was so wet. This was the spot that she had left. I don't know why or what was going on.
Damn.
After regaining some clarity, she told them she was from Kalamazoo, a city over 60 miles away. She had no memory of how she had ended up in Belmont or how she fell into the river so far from home. Evidence suggested she may have been experiencing a severe mental health crisis, specifically a rare condition called a fugue state. A fugue state causes sudden memory loss and can lead a person to behave as if they're someone else, wandering long distances or engaging in uncharacteristic activities without realizing it.
The fuck?
Often triggered by extreme stress or trauma, the condition leaves the individual with no recollection afterward. In this case, the symptoms matched almost perfectly, especially since authorities later found her car parked behind an unfamiliar house east of the river. She had likely driven there herself, but retained no memory of doing so, consistent with the disorder's known effects. Seeking more answers, Mally posted her video in a local Facebook group. Most replies were unhelpful, with neighbors attributing any screaming or noise to wildlife such as coyotes. However, a few responses added intriguing details.
Saw this,
One
bro.
person recalled seeing her earlier that evening between Van Dam and Packer Woods, around 10:15 p.m., and asking if she needed help, only for her to reply no. Another resident said they'd heard about a woman entering a neighbor's house, calling out hello 3 times, and then leaving without explanation.
Oh, fuck no. I ain't gonna lie. Send Shorty to a mental hospital, bro. That shit not okay. Fuck you doing? You just out here causing ruckus. Like, what the fuck going on? You walking into random motherfuckers' cribs, gang? If they would have popped you, they would have been wrong, right?
These accounts supported the fugue state theory, but didn't answer the biggest question. Who was she? Mally reached out to the police and hospital for her identity, but both refused to disclose it. Still, there was enough information to make an educated guess.
Yeah, they're not gonna tell
Based on
you.
available details, the woman was most likely Mei Zhou, a 28-year-old from Kalamazoo who had been reported missing on May 6, 2021. Before vanishing, she had told friends she believed she was being stalked by someone she met online. Whether the stalker was real or a product of paranoia remains unknown, but the ongoing fear and stress may have triggered the fugue state that led to her disappearance. Hopefully, she later received the care she needed and has since regained stability in her mental health. 82-year-old Ho Van Tang and his 42-year-old son, Ho Van Lan, were discovered, completely by accident, by residents of a nearby village in Vietnam. Shocked by what they saw, the villagers alerted local authorities, who quickly organized a search team to investigate. After 5 hours of trekking through a dense jungle, the team stumbled upon a small, handmade hut. Inside were Tang and Lan, wearing nothing but simple loincloths made from natural materials. They had been living in complete isolation for decades. Despite everything, both men were still able to speak a local Vietnamese dialect. Authorities soon learned the full story. Back in 1973, during the Vietnam War, Tang's home was destroyed in an airstrike. His entire family was killed, except for his 2-year-old son. Grief-stricken and afraid, Tang took the boy and disappeared into the jungle, believing it was the only way to survive. And they did. For over 40 years, they lived off the land, surviving on fruit, leaves, and whatever nature provided. After receiving medical care, officials began the process of helping them return to modern life. But after so long in the wild, that transition wouldn't be easy.
Bro, that literally proves the point to where, like, we don't need none of this shit. Like, we could literally survive in the wilderness, bro. They was probably fighting wolves and shit. The son, bro, he probably healthy as fuck, too. He living off straight nature, bro. All that shit natural as hell. He ain't get no shots, no nothing, bro. Like, Damn, that's crazy. On some Tarzan shit. They probably had friends with bears and shit, like motherfucking all type of shit, bro. That's raw as hell. That just goes to show, bro. We don't need none of this shit, bro. They don't know what the fuck a Dairy Queen is, boy. They ass got coconut milk and motherfucking seawater or river water.
In the Andes Mountains, a tourist who had been missing for 4 months was finally found alive. 58-year-old Raul Gomez from Uruguay vanished during a snowstorm after his motorcycle broke down while crossing a remote mountain pass. For months, there was no trace of him, until a team of Argentine geologists, flying over the area for a research expedition, spotted something unusual from their helicopter. They were measuring snow levels in a rugged region over 9,000 feet above sea level when they noticed an old wooden hut. Inside was Gomez, alive but severely weakened. He had taken shelter in the abandoned cabin, believed to have been built long ago by mountain workers or explorers. In order to survive, he ate whatever scraps he could find inside.
Don't tell me this man survived in this cold ass weather for 4 months, bro. Like, and then like, if you that grown, why are you going missing, bro? Like, is you trying to go missing, bro? You he not even old as hell. He 58. Like, that's not like that's up there, but that ain't like old as hell. You feel me? Like, what are you doing, bro? You got family looking for you, gang. At least let them know you straight. I'm finna move on, bro. I'm finna move around so motherfuckers not looking for you. Like, where is you at, G? You feel me? Like, I don't be getting it, bro. Like, you too grown to be going missing, gang.
And when that ran out, he caught and ate rats. When he heard the sound of the approaching helicopter, Gomez, desperate and barely holding on, managed to open the door and wave for help.
Oh, wait, so he was injured. Damn, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. My bad. I ain't know that. What happened, bro? Explain what happened. He just over here talking like, say what happened, bro. You talking about he 58 years old. He's been missing for 4 months. And he got found in the middle of the mountains, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, how did he even get there? You not explaining, bro. Chisroyd, however you say your name of this channel, bro.
Alerted authorities.
Got me making looking bad, bro.
To a hospital. After 4 brutal months alone in the mountains, he had survived.
How?
Anderson, a 16-year-old girl,
Never
was
mind.
kidnapped by James DiMaggio, a 40-year-old family friend.
Weird ass nigga.
He abducted the girl and hid with her in a wooded area somewhere in California. The girl was reported missing. After 5 days of searching,
Look at this weirdo, bro. Look at him. Weird ass niggas, bro. I swear you gotta start judging people off how they look, bro. Look at this nigga, bro. I wouldn't. Bro, I swear to God, you even look at my daughter, gang. Motherfuckers is slapping the shit out of you, bro.
the lead came from horseback riders. The riders were passing along the forest and spotted the two of them. Suspecting something was wrong, they called the police to report a strange pair hiding in the woods. The riders then led the police back to the campsite where Hannah had last been seen. An FBI helicopter was dispatched, and from that moment on, every step of Hannah and her captor was tracked. At one point, Hannah spotted the helicopter and signaled for help. She continued waving her hand, pleading for assistance, while the kidnapper, unaware, turned his back and approached the fire. Hannah bravely and discreetly signaled to the
Good
FBI.
shit, Hannah.
Knowing their target's location, the FBI quickly sent a ground team. Hannah was now safe.
Good shit,
In
Hannah.
2018, a teenage soccer team from Thailand, 12 players and their coach, went missing inside a complex cave system. The search operation quickly grew massive, involving around 1,000 people, police, Navy SEALs, and volunteer divers from the US, Britain, and China. After 9 tense days, the children and their coach were finally found alive. The cave is notorious for being easy to get lost in, which is why visitors are warned not to venture more than about 2,600 feet deep. When the team entered, the cave was dry, but then a sudden heavy rainstorm hit, trapping them inside.
Damn.
At first, the kids could still move around on dry ground, but as floodwaters rose, the narrow passages filled with mud and debris, making it nearly impossible to see or move. They were eventually found about 2.5 miles from the cave entrance. British divers were the ones who discovered the missing teenagers, ending the 9-day ordeal.
Damn. Hey, at least they was found, bro. Hey, shout out my boy. Am I subbed? Let me sub to my boy, bro. He be dropping some bangers, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out him. We got another reaction to come to y'all. That was a good video, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Reminder, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This one pissed me off the most. The Hannah, this guy. You ever see somebody that looks like this, bro? Keep them away from your kids, bro. Yes, judge a book by its cover, bro. When it comes to how motherfuckers look, judge them, bro. Real shit. You see this man, bro? Somebody look like him, bro? Keep them away from your kids. Sorry, bro. We got interrupted, but like I said, bro, sum it up, bro. If you see somebody look like him, please get away from him, bro. Like, seriously. Look at this nigga, bro. Looking at him pissing me off. Anyways, bro, subscribe if you're new. Appreciate y'all watching. And we out, bro.